If you have just graduated from middle school, you might have seen that in the beginning, it was hard to get organized. However, as we all know, high school is not as easy. Today, I will walk you through with some tips on how to organize a day in high school so you don't get lost. What's up everyone, I'm Champline, and in this channel I talk about several topics monthly. So you see that red box? Just click it if you want to see more interesting, cool, and fun videos. That tiny bell in the corner, also press it if you want to get notified for new content. And don't forget to give me that thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Now without wasting any time, let's get right into it. Here are some tips on organizing a day as a freshman in high school. A student planner. Okay, so with student planners, if you have had one in the past, it's a very good way to organize your day and your classes. So, just to give you some advice how to organize. If you do, you can use your own way. I'm just gonna explain how I organize it in my way. So, for important things, I use stars.
You can also use an asterisk.
Or you can do it like actual drawing if you're an artist. So then for events, you use slashes. For classes, you can also use bullet points. But you can use it in any order you want, of course. But I'm just saying in the order I've done it. Another thing that's very good too for the bullet points for the classes is to color code it. For example, I usually do mine math red, because it's my favorite color, green, science, and etc. You can do that for each class or each event, whichever way you want. Color coding is a good way to find stuff in that planner, because you know what color, what class, like that, and you can just find it very easily. Or, you can do that, and also make it short and simple. That's the most important thing. Just make it short, because if you make it like a paragraph, that's not gonna fit in a freaking planner. And I would recommend like for math, for example, MA, or math assignment MA, or like an important test, IT, football practice, FBP, and short words like that. But overall, a planner really gets you organized. Both of them work just as well. In your classes, they might ask you, you should get a folder, or they might not. More likely, they will. But one thing that we recommend you guys to buy is the binder. The binder is, you can keep a lot of stuff in it, of course, but right now I'm just gonna talk about the tabs. The tabs, of course, are provided with a cardboard thing. You can write with Sharpie, or you can write on the cardboard thing your classes. And most of you would write on the cardboard thing because it wears off less than the plastic. But what I usually do is I color code it. Also, a cool thing you can do is you can put stars. Also, you can put a planner in the binder too. But you can do it either way. You can leave the planner apart or together. But binders are really good to organize your work, so as folders, and folders have the tabs too, some of them. But they're really good to have, the binders, so I would recommend that. Okay, I think that's one of the most important ones of all the ones I'm going to talk about. Managing time it's really important for a lot of people, especially for us high schoolers, because we really have to manage time more than middle school and elementary. You have to manage your time consistently and wisely. By wisely, I mean you have to make a schedule for yourself. Calendar, use a phone, and just put reminders on your phone. Or if you have Alexa, Siri, tell them to put reminders for you. And you really need to be consistent in following that schedule, following that time management all the way till the end of the high school. And that's really important. So I would recommend you to make a schedule for yourself, manage your time wisely so you can have time for other activities, other things you can do. You can say, 5:30, I'm just gonna I'm gonna work on some homework, and I'm gonna finish it by around, I don't know, 5, sorry, not, like around 6 probably, or if not, even earlier, like 5:50. And then, because at 6:20 you have a sport or a practice to go to. So, kind of like that, you have to be consistent in that. So, I would recommend you to manage your time and wisely, always wisely, because if you don't, you're gonna just screw up in school. I would recommend you guys to actually put a timer and a reminder, because those two, they really fit good together, and that's what I usually do. But that's just my opinion, and that really works well though. So I would recommend you do that. So leave a comment down below on how you would manage your time in school, and like what stuff do you use to manage your time. Everybody should recognize that you really have to take notes during class. In whatever situation, you can take notes in any different way you want. But the main thing is just make it short as you do in the planners. Make it simple and make it readable so you can read it and organize. So, I have advice on how you could organize your notes.
One of the ways is by making this semi-T chart. We have on the left here, the top left, where you can put what your teacher and or professor says, and you put it in short sentences. And you can do it in bullet points, asterisks, whatever way you want. On the right side, and that's going to be behind that red line that you usually have in notebook paper or journals, that's going to be where you have questions, like the questions that you ask the teacher, or the questions that other people ask too. In the bottom left, you will summarize the whole topic in 4 short sentences, like a paragraph.
Or there's multiple ways you can write notes. You can just search up on the internet. There's multiple ways. Or you can do it in your own way. But if you do it in your own way, just, as I said, short and simple, and make it readable. Make it legible, because if you don't, you won't be able to read afterwards. And, just also readable, because when you review, you really need to know what you're reading and if that's the right thing that you wrote. So, yeah, take notes, even though if teacher tells you not to take notes, take some notes. And even though if you don't need to, take the notes. Take notes every time, in whatever class. It could be the least important class, write notes. So overall, just remember to take notes. Everybody has problems with it. Everybody, including me. I had problems with it in middle school, and I hope not to have problems with it in high school. But establishing that routine is important for just school in general, because if you don't sleep well, you won't even pass a test. You won't succeed in classes. You'll be tired as hell. You'll be bored. You'll be sleeping in your chair like a donkey. Well, not like a donkey, sorry. Like a koala. Or what? I forgot the animal that sleeps. But you'll be tired as hell and bored. You're not going to be taking wake-up pills or coffee. So I found out, based on the information from CDC and the American Academy of Sleep and Medicine, that teens ages 13 to 18 should sleep 8 to 10 hours a day. So that means that you should sleep like around there, and that's the minimum. You can sleep more, of course, but based on your school schedule, you should sleep at that time. So, for example, based on the 8 to 10 scale, you could start from, whichever time. I would suggest you to sleep like around 9, then until 6 or somewhere around there. So that's 10 hours, and that's plenty of sleep. Depending on your school schedule, but you should sleep around there. You should start sleeping around that time. Don't, stay up playing video games till 1 or doing all-nighter. That's on the weekends. But during school or during like a test area, you should sleep around 8 to 10 hours a day. I know some of you have problems sleeping too, and you guys can't sleep during this time. And even though if you try, you just can't. I have some ways that you can actually help yourself sleep without just, trying to sleep and then waking up again. So some ways you can do it is you can do yoga before you sleep, work out before you sleep, You can do breathing exercises. Breathing exercises are really good. But the main thing that nowadays is really a problem is being on electronics too long. Just like I said with video games. So you should turn off electronics 2 hours before you sleep. And that will help you sleep a lot because I found out that there's actually this blue light that is produced by all electronics, any electronics, TV, phone, iPad, any electronic you have, and it forces you not to sleep. It's kind of like coffee, but not really. I mean, it makes your eyes stay awake for so long. That's why most people, they tend to stay up all night playing video games because of that situation. So I would recommend you guys to turn off your phones 1 to 2 hours before you go to sleep so you can sleep better if you have problems with sleeping. So leave a comment down below on what or how you establish your nighttime routine and what things help you sleep. Like, what do you do for yoga? How many times have you stayed up all night? Or, maybe how you can fix it yourself. So leave a comment down below of how you can do that. Now my bonus tip is you can use an app. Now, using an app is easier, of course, than using a planner to organize your stuff because you have it right there. It's just on your phone. But there are multiple apps to use. I found out that the best app is called Power Planner, and you can find it on Android, iOS, any electronic, even Windows.
So this is the app that I'm talking about. It's blue and it looks like a planner. I just like it because it has so many features. I mean, it has a calendar, as you can see, color coded. You can put specific dates for stuff, and I mean it's pretty amazing. And then next, as you see, here's the agenda, which you can also color code. You can also add the stars and those bullet point things by pressing the add button, and you can write down your assignments that you need to do. And this is like, for example, in one of those, you just press it, and the one that he's doing is called AWS Qui project, and then you can write about when it's due, what you have to do, and I mean you can even put a link to the website. It's pretty amazing, and then you can put how much you have left. And then this one you have schedule. You can color code it too, and it can also be a night schedule too, which is pretty cool. And you can write stuff on it too when it's due. Then of course the GPA thing, which is amazing. Wow, I'm so happy it has the GPA thing. And you can put test, homework, and it will grade it fast. It's incredible. And then as you see in the next one, this is with the overall GPA thing. And then here it's I think it's just settings. Then here this is in the schedule, where you can put the date, the class, the grade, the time. You can put details, and you can put if you want to repeat it again. So it's just amazing. Great app. I love it.
You can do it in however way you want. Of course, I haven't started mine because school hasn't started yet. But I downloaded it, and it's a great app I've seen. It's awesome. It's just amazing. So I recommend you to get that app or other apps like Google Keep. There's multiple apps. I mean, I could name several, but I'm not in this video because it's going to make it way too long. So just get an app, and it's amazing and awesome if you want to make it easier for yourself. If not, then you can use my other tips and with the Spiral. So yeah, I would recommend you to get an app if you want to. So to sum it up, you should buy a student planner, buy a binder folder, manage your time wisely so you can have more time for other activities, take notes during class, remember, short and simple to review, establish a night routine, or use an app for better accessibility. Okay, so try these tips once you start high school, or you can change the signs of the planner, change the order of the tabs, change the way you manage your time schedule, change the way you take notes, take it as a chart, take it as a T-chart. Research more on how to make a nighttime routine and to get the right app for you. But of course try other stuff, and I bet you 100% high school will be easier for you. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And bada boom, bada bam. See you next time. Peace!